All right, we're moving cows, and look, this is this time of year. What we call the deer paddock. This is what we call the deer paddock, right there. I know you can't see it, but there's a deer right there, down at the end. Look, two more baby deer jumping across. I know it's hard to see. You think we got enough chicken feed?
No.
All chicken feed. All right, so we are getting ready for the chicken butchering that's happening in the morning. We had to go get a load of chicken feed, as you saw, and then we're setting up our chicken butchering. There's our scalder, our new scalder. We're gonna try out, see if it works good. If it does, then we will recommend it and tell you about it. But we gotta get everything done. Hey, you gotta get that light up and these buckets, these random buckets everywhere. Today, we gotta clean up some mess around here. So as we're getting ready to butcher, we have the next set of Freedom Rangers right here too. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 30, 40, 50, 60. Have we lost some? It looks like we're missing some.
We're all crowded up over there.
That might be what it is. So anyways, we got the Freedom Rangers here. But let's get everything unloaded. We gotta get the tent. We're gonna start butchering around 8 o'clock in the morning. Well, you know, milk and all the other chores we have first thing in the morning. And make sure we have enough time to get everything done. So we're gonna go ahead and set it up tonight. Come over here. JJ's bringing you to us. Don't move it. We got the phone on. Don't move it. All right, so let's get those buckets. We got everything ready on our front. Get those TVs. All right, come on. We started doing the kill cones on a flat like this because you can pick up a pallet flat anytime, and using these, it just makes it easier. They're right here at you. And also remember, when you have your kill buckets underneath, you need to put some water in them, and then that way that water will help not congeal that blood, and that blood will go in there and it won't just stick to the bucket like we have seen before, because we've learned our lesson that way too, trying to clean out a blood bucket. I know we've talked about this before, but I think our setup is second to none. So let's walk through it. Got the kill cones. We have 2 of the little giants. They are the large. They do everything perfectly for the chicken. We have the 2 drop buckets. We fill these with water to help that blood not coagulate on the bucket. So that's the kill station. Move over to the scalder. We scald in this tank. It's got a heating element here. Keeps it at 140 to 150 degrees, which is 145 is what we like. We'll leave it here for about 30-45 seconds and then judge it based on how the plucker does. So we got the Kitchener plucker right here and its water source. All this is right here. This has been one of the best investments I've made. Is this Kitchener plucker, wouldn't you say? Yeah, just phenomenal. So we have it. Once it gets done with this station here, it goes to the table. The table is where we actually eviscerate and gut, get the livers, all that stuff out. Gut buckets down here. We put the livers and hearts and feet here for people who want them, and they'll bag those separate, and we'll be cutting on 2 stations, eviscerating. Once they're done here, we have water source here, wash off our station. It moves to this table. This is where we quality control. So they'll go through, clean it, make sure everything looks good on it before they put it in ice buckets. These are ice buckets. They'll sit in there until the whole process is done, and once the process is done, we actually put them in containers here using this scalding. This is a scalder that we usually put about 175, 180, 185, and that's those vacuum seal bags to go around the chicken. So bam! Pretty awesome, huh? Good walkthrough. So we keep it close. We keep it in a very good rotation to make it easy for the whole situation. It makes the butcher go a lot easier. It is an absolute beautiful morning. We actually, the milking this morning was cool. I actually have a long sleeve on. So it was really nice temperature this morning. We're filling up our scalder, getting it ready. Our butcher starts about an hour and a half or so. So we want to make sure this is supposed to take only about 30-35 minutes to warm up, but we just want to be on the safe side because this is usually what holds up our start of our butchering is the scalder getting hot. So this is our first time using this. Misty actually tried it out on the back porch a few days ago, but we just want to make sure everything's like it's supposed to be. We're going to go kick it on and make sure it's good. So we got to fill up the water here, and then we're going to fill up the 2 buckets underneath for the bleeding, and that way we have water in there. And then we're going to go and fill up the water pot for the older scalder, which is really just over there by where the other hose is hanging up. It will be just for bag processing at the end. So we can hopefully not to double use that. Hopefully this scalder will do great, because ultimately if we have 2 stations doing 2 separate things, instead of waiting for that water to clean back up, and it will make it a lot easier. You know, okay, I got the scalder filled up. You know, it's funny because other chores don't stop. So Aiden actually was going to run this morning. He's been doing cross country, which we're both running, but he is like actually in competition. So he's actually running first thing this morning, and we still got to get chores done. So Allie's moving Allie back over after we milk. We move her back to the deer paddock with Daddy-O. And Aiden's coming back. He's gonna help us start butchering. Then he's gonna do his normal chores before he comes back and helps us. So but we got to get her moved. I'm telling you, it is a beautiful morning. It feels great this morning. Come on, girl. And see, the deer paddock, usually we don't mind. I don't mind walking first thing in the mornings and getting the cow moved over. But Allie, the deer paddock, other than where the sheep are, the deer paddock are the furthest point for our cows to move at 4:30 in the morning. Come on, girl. So we let her come to the we can't let her come to the dairy paddock about 8 o'clock at night, 7:30, 8 o'clock, right at dark. We move them. So I'm taking her back to where Daddy-O is. Okay, so it's about 12. We have finished with everything. I'm actually just putting stuff back up. So we started at 8. We butchered to about 10:30. About 2.5 hours, and then clean up. So within 3.5-4 hours, we're done butchering the 35 birds and also cleaning it all up. If y'all done any butchering, you know it takes just as much to get it all cleaned up as it actually does to do the butcher. So we're finishing that now. We had great help. I can't say enough, and you know who you are, who's helped us. This was great to have. We had 2 people that returned back. They actually came back for more compared to last time, so I just can't think of enough. And again, it's just a wonderful experience when you have friends and family that come alongside you and see this lifestyle, and at the same time, not only just experience, but really take part in it too. So I'm telling you, it was just nice to always have people help us. Before I ran into a shelf. Okay, so long day with chickens. However, it doesn't stop. You did take a little break this afternoon, huh?
I had to take a nap.
Nap.
I will confess, I took a 2-hour nap. I was so tired.
All right, so we finished butchering, which is, I don't know about y'all, but every time we get done with butchering, it's like the biggest weight off of us. What do you say? What do you say that? It's
Probably you more for me, but I mean, I'm glad it's over, but it's a job.
Well, we're grilling some burgers tonight. We're going to just kind of wind down, but guess what? We still got to cut soap.
Well, I have to finish making it too.
Oh yeah, so Misty's got
a batch,
some soap.
8-pound batch over there. I'm waiting for the lye to cool down.
So we have made a little bread today, a little soap today, grilling our home fresh grass-fed beef. And now making soap.
Butchered 36 chickens.
And butchered 34.
Was it
34, not
36.
36, 34. All right, guys, we're gonna call it a night. Try to relax a little bit.
Happy homesteading, y'all.
Happy homesteading, y'all.